my name is Courtney Seiberling. I am the author of Yogas, Yamas, and Niyamas, 10 Principles for Peace and Purpose. And what follows is a physical practice of one of these principles. So if you like what you experienced or are interested in learning more about these principles and yoga philosophy, you can buy my book on Amazon. Namaste. Hi, today we're going to practice ahimsa, which translates as gratitude. It's one of the yamas. So this is how we interact with others. So a gratitude practice really shifts our perspective, because when we feel like we're lacking something, if we counter it with some gratitude, we really start to see the abundance in our lives. And we're going to really feel that in our body today. So we're going to start by just placing our hands over our hearts, lifting our heart up into our hand. Close your eyes. And see if you can really start to feel your heart beating in your chest. And in this asteya, or this gratitude practice, our intention for practice is to really find gratitude for our healthy, able bodies. So really starting to feel your heart beating, your breath moving in your body. And as we move through our practice today, just finding gratitude for every shape that we're able to find ourselves in, for our bodies supporting us, holding us up every day, for our breath that's filling us with life. And then go ahead and flutter your eyes open, and we'll start our physical practice on our belly. And for practice today, you're going to want a strap and 2 blocks. So if you don't have those things, go ahead and grab those now. And then we'll meet on our belly. So you're going to place your hands spread wide to the outsides of your chest. And we're going to come in for Cobra Pose. So you're going to press the tops of your feet down into the mat. And then you're going to press into your hands, and you're going to lift your heart just a couple inches off the mat. So not pulling through the upper back, but really lifting with the heart, shoulders rolling down the back. And then exhale, the forehead comes to the mat. Inhale, lift the heart, press the toes down. And then exhale everything down to the mat. One more. Inhale, press it up. Exhale it down. And then we're going to set it up for Sphinx pose. So you're going to place, you've all seen a Sphinx, right? We're going to place the elbows underneath the shoulder. You're going to press your forearms down into the mat, press into your hands. And you're going to make a little Sphinx with the body. So the head will be stacked on the spine, on the neck, pressing into your forearms, and opening your heart here. So today's practice is going to be full of heart openers, so we can really practice that gratitude, the gratefulness for all the abundance in our lives. Couple more nice big inhales into the heart, into the chest. And then exhale, release out of it. So we're going to come in for what's called Superman now. So your hands are going to be resting down by your hips or by your thighs. And on your next inhale, you're going to press your feet up off the mat. You're going to lift your heart. And almost like you're Superman or Super Lady flying over your beautiful life on your mat. So finding a nice lift in the chest, lift through the thighs. One more big inhale. And then exhale, the left cheek is going to come to rest on the mat. So we'll take a little rest between sides. And then inhale, we're going to come back to center. You're going to start to lift up with your toes, lift up with your heart, lift your arms, flying over. Thinking about getting really long as opposed to getting high. And then exhale, everything comes down. We'll come back into our child's pose. So knees spread wide, big toes come together to touch, heart reaching towards the floor. Really getting in touch with your breath here, finding some gratitude for your breath that breathes you. It's your life force. And then pressing yourself up to hands and knees, you're going to go ahead and grab those 2 blocks. And we're going to come in for a nice big heart opener, shoulder opener. So you're going to take your 2 blocks, you're going to place them at the top of your mat, and then you're going to place your elbows onto the blocks. Your knees are going to be wide like child's pose, elbows on the block. You're going to clap your hands together, and then you're going to send your prayer hands up and over your head towards your neck. You're going to sink your heart down towards the mat. And think about your heart in your upper back too. So we often think of our heart in our chest cavity, but your heart also extends in your upper back. So you're going to breathe into that space in between your scapulas, your shoulder blades. Softening, opening. And then gently pressing into your elbows, coming up to release. And then you'll place your blocks to the side, and we're going to come to stand. So coming to a stand, we're going to come into a flow series, and we're going to come into what's called cactus arms. So when I say cactus arms, we're going to open the heart like we're a cactus, like we're one of those beautiful swallows. So toes come together, heels come together, hands at heart center. And on your next inhale, you're going to extend your arms up to the sky. You're going to exhale your cactus arms. You're going to inhale back up to center, and then you'll forward fold. Nice deep bend into the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep it on up to the sky. Drawing your hands in towards your heart. So we'll do that a few times. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, cactus, lift your heart. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your heart. Really spread it wide to the sky. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift it up. And then bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Maybe think of something that you're grateful for in your life. And maybe this practice can be an offering of your gratitude for that thing, that person, that quality about yourself. Go ahead and flutter your eyes open. And then send the arms up and overhead on your next inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time we're going to move into our plank pose. Hands come down, just passing through plank. And then transitioning to your downward facing dog. So really pressing into the knuckles, taking the weight out of the wrists. The heels are sinking down towards the mat and our arms rolling in towards each other. Head is loose, neck is soft. And then go ahead and place your knees onto the mat. So we're going to set it up for a shoulder opener. You're going to want to grab your strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt or a karate belt or whatever you have laying around the house. You can also use a towel. So we're going to set it up for hero's pose. And we're going to take a shoulder opener with that. So you're going to want a blanket or a pillow or something where you can prop yourself up. And you're going to take your knees to the top of this prop. The feet will come out, and then you're going to come to sit. You can also use a block onto your prop. And then you're going to take the strap into your right hand. You're going to lift the right arm up. Right arm up. And then you're gonna place the back of your right hand on your upper back, almost like you're giving yourself a little pat on the back. And the strap is in my hand. And then you're gonna thread that left hand to meet the right. And you'll probably wanna grab your strap. So let me show you what that looks like on this side. So knees coming together, coming to sit. So for most of us that have tight shoulders, we're using the strap as a prop. You can also thread your fingers. And I know that we're doing the right side, so because I switched, so it should look like this. So take a couple nice soft breaths here. Lifting your heart. So we're doing a heart opening practice today. And then very softly, gently releasing out of that, noticing the difference. And then you're going to take the strap into your left hand. And you're going to give yourself a little pat on the back. And then threading the right fingers up to meet the left. Or you use your strap. So taking that left elbow back, heart lifts. A few more nice big inhales, nice big exhales. And then gently releasing the strap or the clasp of the fingers. And we'll come to lay onto our backs. So you're going to want the strap in your hand. So coming to lay on the back, you're going to hug your right foot in. You're going to extend your left leg long on your mat. You're going to take your strap or your belt or whatever you're using, your towel. You're going to place it under the ball of the right foot. And then you're going to extend that foot. Does not have to be a straight leg, but the strap helps us to make it as straight a leg as we need. If you're feeling super tight in your hamstrings, you can put a nice generous bend into that knee. And then slight little circles to the right to open up the right hip. Little circles to the left. And then we're going to place the strap into the right hand. Place your left arm out to the side, and you're just going to open that right foot to the right a little bit until you start to feel an opening in your inner right thigh. Couple nice big breaths there. And then the foot comes back up to center. This time you'll switch the strap into the left hand. And you're just going to do a slight movement. So right arm comes out to the side. You're just going to take the foot across the body, just maybe 3 or 4 inches. So it doesn't have to be a big stretch to really feel something. It doesn't have to be a lot of movement. So feeling a nice big soft or intense stretch along the right IT band. Send some breath there, lifting your heart always in this practice. Coming back to center, put a little bend into your knee, release the foot from the strap, extend your right leg long, and then we're just going to switch it over to the other side. So hugging your left knee in towards center. You're going to place the strap underneath the ball of the left foot, and you'll extend that left leg to the sky. So again, it doesn't have to be a straight leg. Maybe you have a nice generous bend in that left knee. Whatever you're working with. And we'll take little circles. So making little circles like you're drawing with a crayon on the ceiling. Little circles to the left. Little circles to the right. And then coming to center, you're going to put the strap into the left hand. Right arm comes out to the side for balance. Keep that right leg engaged, so flexing in the right toes. And then start to send your left foot towards the left a few inches, opening up in that inner thigh. And that foot comes back up to center, switching the grip of the strap into the left hand. Or sorry, the right hand, left arm comes out to the side. And then taking that left foot across the body just a few inches until you start to feel a pull and an opening in your left outer right, your left right, sorry, your left IT band. Nice deep breaths there. And then the foot comes back up to center, putting a bend into the left knee to release the foot from the strap. And then we're going to rock and roll up and down the spine a few times. So you can either grab onto the tops of the shins, the back of the thighs, and you're just going to rock and roll a few times. And we're going to come into boat pose. So this is a belly strengthener. This can be really intense, but we're going to take it little by little. So you're really going to lift your heart here. So the whole focus of this pose is really lifting the heart. Arms come to the side, and then option to stay here. So you can already feel the belly starting to engage like this. Or you take the feet, you come back a little bit and take the feet to where your shin height is. Your toes are at eye level. You can also extend the feet if you're feeling really balanced, but today I recommend really lifting the heart up into the knees. Couple breaths here. Keeping the breath steady, energized, soft. Pulling up with the heart. And then the toes come down, coming forward. So we're going to finish with a couple forward folds. So we're going to come in for Bakasana, cobbler's pose. So there's two options today. So if you're feeling tighter in your outer hips, take your feet out towards me. If you're feeling tightness in your inner thighs, take your feet in towards you. And if you don't know, just try one and see how it goes. So hands come to the outsides of the feet. Lift your heart. So we really want to keep our heart lifting even in our forward folds. So lifting the heart here, we're going to start to forward fold. Go ahead and bow yourself forward, keeping the heart lifting. And that moment when you feel your spine wanting to curl in, just bow your chin into your chest. So forward folding with our heart lifted here. Couple nice big breaths here. Maybe the elbows gently press into the inner thighs. Next inhale lifts you up out of it. Extend your legs forward, coming in for a forward fold. So you might want to move the fleshy parts from beneath you. Keep your thighs pressing gently into the mat. Keep your knees soft. Lift your arms. And then almost like you could extend your heart over your toes, you're going to lift up. And that moment when you feel your spine wanting to round, you're going to place your hands down to the side and tuck your chin into your chest. Next inhale lifts you up out of it. And then we'll set it up for either Shavasana or Goddess pose. So if you want to take your traditional Shavasana coming into that, or you're going to grab your blocks. Soles of the feet come together. And the blocks stacked underneath the thighs come to lay out on your back, palms up in a gesture of receptivity, heart spread wide to the sky, and taking just a minute of nice gentle breaths into your heart center. So keeping everything as it is, just start to deepen your breath. Go ahead and place both your hands on your heart center, finding a moment of gratitude for all that your body was and wasn't able to do in practice today. And then if you're in your Shavasana, finding a little wiggle in your fingers and your toes. And then next inhale sends the arms up and overhead. The toes point towards the front of the room for a full body stretch. If you're in your goddess pose, taking your thighs and placing them back together, pushing your props aside. And then everyone roll over onto your side, resting your head on your inner arm. And then pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. And then placing your palms up in a gesture of gratitude, of offering, of receiving. Close your eyes. And I want you to take a moment to think of 3 things in your life that you are truly grateful for. There is always something to celebrate and be happy about, or at least to acknowledge that we have. And then an offer to you to take this practice off your mat. Maybe sometime this week when you feel a little jealous of something or someone, or you feel like life would be good if I only had this. See if you can stop yourself in that moment and think of something that you do have. And I promise you it will really shift and alter your perspective. Drawing your hands to heart center, bowing your chin into your chest, really lifting your heart up into your prayer. The light in me acknowledges the light in your beautiful heart. Namaste.